to the baseball conventional mindset, and say, well, what they usually ask is tubing good for you? Like, is should I be doing all this shoulder work? Like, and a lot of them give you the impression like that should be the program. Like, oh, shouldn't we just be doing tubing?
Yeah,
and that's all we should be doing? I'm like, and you look in our programs, that's like one.
The smallest piece of the puzzle.
That's the smallest piece of it. It's like 0.2% of the entire approach.
I was talking to somebody on Snapchat about that today. Literally, he was just talking like, what use is tubing and weighted balls? And I started like telling him about just how it's the end of the chain. It's an arm approach. Like, we want to build power from the ground up. And but what about this? But what about long time? And it's like you can't like break through the conventional wisdom that's like put in people's heads.
Right, exactly, and that's the thing. I was telling the guys at the camp today. It's like it's hard. Like, when you get on a baseball field, like you're hitting fungos, you're running poles, you're sitting on the bench, you're grab assing, you're
playing lazy catch.
Right, you're rarely ever doing anything that makes you feel like an athlete, except when you swing a bat and you throw a ball. Because everything else you do on a baseball field, it's like what.
It's a social game.
It's a social thing. It's like the same thing you'd probably be doing if you were playing croquet, if you even know what croquet is. It's like it's a lawn sport you do in the backyard at a 4th of July party.
If they let you bring beers, you would be bringing beers.
Exactly, dude. It's like baseball just doesn't create that environment. Like, these are athletes. But when you look at the big leagues and you do them there, you're like, holy crap, look at those athletes.
They're athletes.
So the point is, you understand, like, what we're trying to do is very much out of the box. So when you ask these questions,
out of the box to baseball,
right? To baseball,
other sports.
Yeah, exactly. We're the same thing that we're doing in other sports. We're just pushing it into baseball because it works. But when you ask these questions, like, what things shouldn't we do? We know where you're coming from. We know the conventional mindset. So the things we give you, it's like, okay, you're not going to do this because you're like, well, that's not what we do as baseball players. But at the same time, too, we're telling you. You want to break out of the averages, which is becoming elite. Mm-hmm. You want to advance your skills and reach your highest potential. You can't follow the herds.
Yep.
You can't be conventional. You can't do what everybody else does. You have to do something that's different, and it's going to take you to a whole other level. It's going to enhance power, speed, strength, mobility, motor control, biomechanics, and then all of a sudden you're better at what you do. And you're never going to get that on the baseball field. You're never going to get that in the conventional mindset.